Go!
Ladies and gentlemen, from the LA School of Comedy, it's Wacky Wednesday.
Imagine I'm like mouthing the words like it's coming out of my mouth. I wish. Next time. Hey guys, I'm your host tonight, Samantha Linderman, the comedy concierge here at the wonderful LA School of Comedy. Give it up for yourselves. Comedy on a weeknight, on a work day. Keep it going for your producer tonight, the head of the Film Actors Cafe, the one and only Aaron McIntyre, everybody. Tonight, we also have the man, the myth, the legend who makes it all happen, Mark Zaffron, everybody. And last but definitely not least, we have social media manager, queen, divine goddess, Jennifer Flores, everybody. She is on the live streams. For all you freaks who comment, you get to talk to Jen all night. That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought about getting paid to message people. That was a job I heard. This guy, he was telling me, I can't say it. It's somebody I met here. I can't say it. Oh. That's how you know I've been here too long, when I've heard too many stories. No, I love this place. LA School of Comedy, 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. I love saying the address, like you guys know, like you're here right now. But how cool is it we're on Santa Monica Boulevard? Like when I went to New York, yes, Santa Monica. Yes, the beach. I sound stupid. There's no beach right here. Literally when I was, there's no beach, but it's like we're by the beach. Like we're not West Covina, like we're near the beach. If you need to get to the beach, there's the metro. I don't know why I'm talking like I work for the city. I need to stop it. I find myself like sponsoring things that I'm like not getting paid for all the time. I can't think of an example, of course, but so I have some jokes I'm going to tell, and then I'm going to be bringing you guys up, and we're going to have so much fun. And who's ready for that? And so what I love to do is show people also what not to do in comedy. So I do have my phone out with my jokes on it, but sometimes you have to. My favorite thing Cinda ever told me, okay, that's not true. Oh my God, it changes every day, right? One of my favorite things she told me, she's like, when you're looking at your phone, they want to look at their phones. But guess what? When do we not want to look at our phones? I love my phone. And I hate my phone. I know my phone is why one side of my face looks different than the other. I'm sorry. I did not always used to look like this. Like, I really think like my phone is melting the right side of my face. And that's why one eyebrow's really smaller than the other. Sisters, not twins. They're like third cousins. Like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh my God. I hate when people are like, don't touch your eyebrows. Don't touch me. Why are you talking to me about my hair on my face? I'd rather talk about my mustache. I work with kids. Don't clap. I work with kids, and one of them was like, I see your mustache. And I said, thank you. Because I felt like that was more healing than my gut reaction. Do you know what I mean? My mom, if I said that to my mom, she would be like, that's not true. Like, she would just shut it down. She'd be like, why would you say such a thing? Why would you say such a thing? She did not let me touch my eyebrows either. I used to really hate my eyebrows, and then she'd be like, Brooke Shields. And one time this old man came up to me, and he's like, you're so beautiful. Mind you, I'm bald at the time. Mind you, like, the longest hair on my body was my eyebrows. Like, I was not giving, like, old men type, you know, like, but you never know. And he came up to me, and he was like, have you heard of Brooke Shields? And I was like, yes. Have you heard of, like, water? Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you look like Brooke Shields. She was so beautiful in Blue Lagoon. I was like, when she was 12 and naked, like, what are you talking about? Why are you confessing crimes to me? But what my point is like 99% of the time these days, I don't even start the conversation. Like, I used to be that person that like every single, you know, like I would talk to everybody. I am like that, but lately it's really been people talking to me. And I'm not saying like, ooh, like everybody's trying to get my number, like just random shit like that, like confessing crimes. I had an Uber driver once. I was just sitting there, and he's like, do you want to see how fast the car can go? I was like, oh. I was like, when did this turn into a date? Like, what is going on? Like, this is the worst moment of my life. And, I mean, his car went really fast. I should have gave him no stars. He could have killed me. That's my favorite thing to say. I realize I'm a very anxious person. I take everything to the the most scary situation because my mother. Like, trying to cross the street with my mom is like a game of like Frogger, but it's just all the obstacles are her voice being like, watch it, did you see that? Did you see that? And I'm like, I would have seen it if you weren't screaming, and now I turned around and I got hit, and now we have to start the whole game. I'm like, what are you talking about? I love my mom. The moment we get on the plane, she's like, it's warm in here. We were the last ones on the plane, and we can't open a window. Like, what do you want the flight attendant to do? It's always too warm or too cold. She loves to pretend like when they ask you, like, do you want to sit inside or outside? Never in my 23 years on God's green earth has my mother wanted to sit outside. Like, never. Like, we live in LA. Never, not once. She's like, maybe. I'm like, Mom, you want to sit inside. She hates sitting outside. She hates a breeze. She hates a heater. You know, the heaters get too hot. I don't blame her. Like, she's taught me a lot. Like, we all need to be more like my mom. Like, she will say, please double bag this. And then the guy at the, okay, this will be the last thing I'll say. The guy at Walgreens, my mom was like buying, I guess, so much stuff at Walgreens that she needed a double bag. Like, I don't know what she was buying. Because she goes there every day, genuinely. Like, one time when I was talking about my Prozac on the phone, I was like, yeah, it's because of my mom, everybody's best friend at this Walgreens, right? And then I was like, do you guys have HIPAA? Oh my God, you can't tell my mom I said that. I was like 16, I was so mad. I was like, do pharmacists keep secrets too? They don't. Like, they saw my mom buy diapers when my sister was 7, and they're like, it's none of your business. They're pull-ups. Don't talk too much at your local pharmacy. But long story short, the guy's like, okay, double bag. And he opens one bag, and then he opens the other bag. And he can't get it in. He's like, it doesn't work. And she's like, let me show you. And she showed him how to double bag it. And she's looking at me like, can you believe that? Like, can you believe that somebody, I mean, that's pretty self-intuitive. Like, he was a sweet guy. And I said, Mom, my manager had to do the same thing for me when I worked at Bath & Body Works. I literally would, like, be sweating like it's not working, like, ripping the bag, like, it's working, right? They said break down a box. I jumped on it. Like, I was like, for real. So I started at the base of mental ability. Is that crazy? In the back? You're like, what is that in the back at Bath & Body Works? And I was jumping 5'8", bald. I just think it's like, you guys really need to understand like how bald I was. But it's okay. I loved it. I miss it. It's not going to happen again, Mom. Or is it? No, imagine. That'd be scary. It's like a wig. No, next time, guys. Who's ready for our next comic? Put your hands together for the one and only America's sweetest of hearts, Mark Safran, everybody. Keep it going. Woo! Woo!
Why are you standing in my spot?
I'm keeping it warm.
All I ever find around here is phones.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, right. I might read your text messages, then you're fucked. Yeah, like your mother reads them every night. She probably has a tracker on it. Text message reader. So, you know how you are when you were a man, you'll do anything to get laid. It's not that funny. Anyhow, I had a girlfriend. All right, she was a little bit out of her mind. Gorgeous, but a little bit out of her mind. Just ask my wife. Anyhow, so I pretended to like Thomas Pynchon. Now, Thomas Pynchon has to be the most obdurate, ridiculous author in all of America, other than J.D. Salinger. All right? Completely unenjoyable for certain aspects. So last night, I sit down with my daughters to watch one battle after another, until I find out that it was based upon Vineland, the worst book ever written by Thomas Pynchon. All right? Of course, I pretended to actually like it until I realized that it wasn't, they were making fun of themselves. And Sean Penn looks like shit. No offense. I mean, I aged better. He's younger than I am. He looks like they just carved his face on Mount Rushmore. It's terrible. Anyhow, back to this movie was so bad that they had to fill in the time with car chases that went nowhere. So most of the movie was people chasing each other. Watching Leonardo DiCaprio, who also looks like you better stay away from the supermodels. They're getting paid these days. All right. He's running. He's jumping over. Over rooftops. Falls down. Sean Penn is chasing him. It's based on Vineland, and which I do not recommend that anybody read. All right. Which of course brings me to my one major topic these days, which is my lack of health care, or my lack of mental health, worrying about health care. So, as you know, I do this to keep my wife happy, because she thinks I'm funny. And, it's fun to stand here once in a while and make fun of people like, Aaron and others, Yeah. So, you reaches a point where you get, things happen to you. You get a little older. So I learned that my knee has to be replaced. So today we're on this phone call in the office, and one of the partners got his hip replaced yesterday, and he said, "Yeah, I'm walking around." I'm thinking to myself, "You claim you're not taking that oxy, but you must be stoned out of your gourd. You did not." I know that they did minimally invasive surgery to replace your hip with a robot, but nonetheless, because that's what they use. But Lord knows I would spend one day at least getting high in bed. What do? They give you all those good drugs and you don't do them? You're crazy. Sit down on your ass and rest a little bit. You're going to feel it tomorrow. Anyhow, so one of the other ones go, "Well, I have to get my knee replaced." And I had told a story about having to get my knee replaced, which I'll get to in another 2 minutes, all right? And here's the sad part about it all. As I'm bitching and moaning about the doctor, all right, who I believe is an agent of the Chinese Communist Party, coming here to sap our strength. He wants $50,000-$60,000 to replace my knee. Because then you got to pay for him, you got to pay the ambulatory surgery center, and you got to pay some idiot Chinese company for the faulty knee that they're going to put in there. Because it's made out of shit. All right? That's why I was laughing today when they were talking about their electric cars taking over the world. I said, they're going to break down. They ain't built like an American car. They never were. Anyhow, so I was thinking about Zeke Emanuel today. Now, for those of you who don't know who Dr. Zeke Emanuel is, he's Ari Emanuel's brother. But Zeke Emanuel is an interesting guy, and I realize how many of my ideas on healthcare, which I are now starting to model the ideas that he had on healthcare, that I used to make fun of. You get older, you start thinking about overutilization. That was one of his big things. And American healthcare absolutely uses overutilization. Forget the fact that it was untrue and it was Elizabeth Warren who lied that he wanted to put old people to death. All right? And a little known fact, their father, by the way, was a member of the Irgun. For people who don't know, those were Jewish terrorists. Good ones, too. All right? Hamas had nothing on the Irgun. Let me tell you something. They were so good that the head of the Irgun became prime minister of Israel at a later age and made peace with Arafat. All right? So they could take a lesson from the Irgun. Anyhow, so here I am. I got to get my knee done. Right? And, of course, the first thing they do when you want to be operated on is they're going to take you and they're going to do all these tests to make sure you're not going to die. They don't do it for you. They do it for them. This is their malpractice insurance carrier kicking in. So I go to my doctor, Dr. Mansour. I know you're not watching. Anyhow, and he does, the little blood pressure and everything. Then I notice kind of my blood pressure is high. And I think maybe it's anxiety. And then I realize, no, I developed high blood pressure. All right? Then the next thing I notice is they do an EKG, and they start telling me that I got a right branch, an electrical problem. I said, right branch? He said, yeah. I said, oh, yeah, they found that a couple of years ago, which, of course, I was able to prove because I found my records at NYU. So he sends me across the parking lot because there's nothing like the Valley, for doctors. They have these big complexes. They're filled with thousands of doctors. And, of course, I go and I have Sundar with me. First test is to take a picture of you. God knows what it costs. The insurance is covering this stuff. Because you went to the Valley and not to see the Sinai. They don't like see the Sinai. And anyhow, I go there, they take the picture. That comes the first day. Listen, I was talking to a client today who just had his heart operated on. Same thing. If you don't bring your wife, they're going to call you a liar. No matter what you say that the doctor said, they're going to say you're lying. So I go, and I go with Sundar. She falls asleep. So we're sitting there and they're taking this test. Then they tell us to go away for, a little while because they're going to give me the big one, which is the radioactive isotope. We go to Subway. Bad enough going to a Subway, but you don't want to go to a Subway at Medical Plaza because there's a guy in the back vomiting. Okay, he had his chemo or something, but not there in Subway. It's just not fair. All right, Sunda didn't eat her sandwich, which is fine. That was lunch for tomorrow. We go back, and they shoot me up with radioactive isotopes. I'm friggin' glowing. Sunda don't care. We get home, because they tell you to come back then not tomorrow, but the day after, because they know you're going to be sick. That radioactive makes you sick. You just got shot up with nuclear material. All right? So I go the next time I go, I bring my daughter Aviva. Because, she's going to say I'm lying. And, okay, Aviva's sitting there. We do the first test, and then they come with the nuclear isotope again. They shoot me up with the nuclear isotope. And Igor, I can't remember his name, but every medical tech is definitely Igor. All right? And yes, master. He expected to go shambling along. This guy kind of fit the bill. He's a nice guy, but he was Igor. So I go ahead. They shoot me. They're ready to shoot me up. He shoots me up. He puts me there. He turns around to my daughter and says, "Are you pregnant?" She looks at him like she's ready to fight. She thought he was making fun of her weight. So then we go to the next time, and it's now time to come back for the results. So I bring Sunda this time. All right? Because if I don't bring her, she's going to say I lied. So the doctor said, they're looking at my results, and they go, your bloods are fine. And they read off. Turns out my bloods are exactly the same that they were in 2022. I haven't changed any of these things. My glycerides, my good HDL, my bad HDL, everything the same. He says, your bloods are good. Then he looks and says, your heart's pumping oxygen. It's really good. They finally comes down to what's wrong with me. Really what's wrong with me is this little problem. It's a narrowing of my aorta, but don't you give me the light. I pay the bill with you. And then it really comes down to this. I have arthritis in my aorta. Whoever heard of arthritis in my aorta? I know I have it in my hands, and I know I have it in my knee, but I never thought of it in my heart. So it's now time for the next. I have to come back a month later. So this time Tova's in from London. Tova's my youngest, Lucifer. Anyhow, so I bring Lucifer with me, and she starts. I'm going to tell on you to the doctor about your lack of exercise. Because the bottom line on why I shouldn't get my knee done is I'm too fat. All right? So I go ahead. Thank God. She goes. She starts to snitch, and the doctor tells her, yeah, a little bit more exercise. The truth of the matter is you got to lose weight because that's what's affecting your knee. So come down to the final stretch of this whole conversation and this whole joke. And at the end of the day, Lucifer's unhappy because she didn't get the snitch. All right? So there's a little bit more to this story, I've decided after this whole ordeal that I'm not fat. I look in the mirror, and I look and I say, I'm not fat. And everybody better believe me. You all have to buy into my delusion about my body. I am a skinny man that was born probably into the body of a fat man. And now I've decided that fat man doesn't exist because my new pronouns are thin and skinny. And if you use my dead name, which is chubby, all right, we'll get you, all right? Because I'm going to impose on the world that they have to believe my delusion. It's as simple as that. So at the end of the day, I've changed my pronouns to thin and skinny. I now believe in better health care, and I'm losing weight. That's Ozempic is a gift from God. I understand it also works well on erections, but I'm not ready. But, I'm going to let Aaron test it out front because I'm not ready to stick the little injector down there because, Harvey Weinstein used to have to inject himself. So just the last point is, that's right, to get an erection. This is Hollywood. Pigs are pigs. Listen, I was once on the plane. I'm in business class. There was no first class. We're in business class. His assistant goes to the back. Why the hell are you changing into pajamas with your schlong hanging out, just to fly from Los Angeles to New York? Right? Disgusting, Shemaiah. Right? He was hoping that there'd be a stalling over there saying, "Oh, Mr. Weinstein, can I touch it?" Which leaves me with my last point. So. I bet you would have. Anyhow, so the last point is, let's talk about Bill and Hillary Clinton for 30 seconds. Bill and Hillary Clinton, okay, refused to appear before Congress. And everybody thinks it's because Bill was fooling around with Epstein's girls. No, that's not the problem. The problem is they're afraid that they're going to find out that Hillary was doing business with them. Because you know with the Clintons, by the way, and I'm going to be proven to be right, it's all about Hillary making money. And so she can, that's right. The only problem is she still wears those pantsuits. And the pantsuits that she doesn't wear, she passed down to Kamala Harris. Come on. Come on. What sexy woman wears brown pantsuits? Good night.
Keep it going for Mark Zaffron. Listen, every lady has to have a red pantsuit and a brown suit for different days. And I will not explain any further. I did not know he needed to take a shot to get erect. The thing is like, this is so sad. Can I say something crazy? Well, that's why I'm saying injection. That's like, it's bad. Like, he probably had a tolerance to Viagra. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, I was going to say, I really feel like if every man could be proud about their penis, there would be no murder. I really feel that way, to the point where, like, I've thought about, like, is there a way to make a nonprofit sex work, like, company, like, it's scary. Isn't it scary to have to shoot up just to then, that's crazy. That's crazy. Harvey Wine. I can't do it. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to go. But I do want to, I want to bring up this next guy. He's fantastic. He has added such an amazing element to the LA School of Comedy. He will tell you more all about it. But put your hands together for the one and only Aaron McIntyre.
Yeah, Aaron. We got 3 Mile Island back here. Mark Zaffron, 3 Mile Island. With all those isotopes running through his veins. I'm going to ask y'all, did you ever want a pony? Yes. Anybody, you wanted a pony when you were a child? Anybody else? Nobody wanted a pony? I didn't want a fucking pony, and I got one. And I didn't want a goddamn pony. Parents, my stupid-ass brother decided that I needed a horse. He came to my mom, and he said, I think that boy needs a horse. And that's how he talked, because he decided he was going to be a cowboy suddenly. So they went and paid $10 for a nice little pony, little Shetland pony. He was about that big. Well, he's about that big. Little short thing. And I had to train it. I had to be the one who got on the horse the first time, because it was a wild horse. It's $10. $10 for a horse. Just in case you want a pony, that's all you gotta do is just go get a Shetland pony. They're $10. $10. Bunch of them out in the field. You had to rope it and pull it in. You had to pick it out, and then you had to put it in the trailer in a terrible deluge of rain, and 6 adults trying to get this little stupid horse into a trailer. Finally did it. Gave him great accommodations. We tied him to a tree out in the field. Yeah, that's what you do with horses. You just tie him to a tree. No, it was a tire. We had a big tire, and they tied him to the tire so he could at least move a little bit, but he couldn't move off the land. And damn horse threw me off more times than I can count. He would, every time you'd turn your back to him, he would bite you on the arm. Every fucking time. That horse was terrible. I hated that horse. Hated him. One day I did love him. And that was the day I was going to school on the school bus. It had been snowing. And I looked out the window, and there was my horse dead in a ditch. I loved that horse then. Poor Puzzles. Oh, that was his name, Puzzles, because he looked like a puzzle. He had the black and the Then the next horse, I still didn't want a horse, but they decided that I needed another horse, a bigger one, so they got me a Pinto. So it's just basically a bigger version of the stupid Shetland pony. And that horse's name was Billy Buck. So you can kind of get an idea of what kind of a horse that was. They paid, I think, $50 for him, so he threw me off only half the time. But yeah, growing up, it was a weird household. I was a weird child. I was just a weird child. Every time we'd move, my parents were, my dad was in the Air Force, so we moved every 2 years. And so every time I'd leave, because I was a fucking nerd and a pussy, I was a pussy. I'm still a pussy. I'm still a pussy. I will not hit anyone. I never have understood why people hit each other. Why do people get in fights, right? And by the way, Sam, you're talking about penises, okay? I'm very proud of my penis. So I'm not going to be starting any wars, okay? I've been told that it's quite fantastic. But you've heard of incels, right? You know, the incels, the guys who are down in the basement working on the computers and, you know, looking at porn and stuff like that, and they can't get a girl because they're stuck down in their basement. If they got out of the basement, they might find somebody. But I'm a percel. I'm a purposeful celibate. I was married for 18 years, so that's, you know, it kind of gives you an idea of why. I think my wife was just a very unhappy woman, you know, with me. She was very unhappy with me. But yeah, I've decided no more women for me. Besides, I am the best lover I've ever had. So, you know, yeah, I can make it go as long or as short as I want. It can go quickly if I've got an appointment. Or it can go nice and slow if I'm just hanging around the house, you know, and I got nothing to do. But yeah, every time I'd move, I'd want to be a new person. You know, I'd want to change my identity. You know, I'd be on the plane and I'd be like, oh, finally, I get to be a new person. I'm going to be the person I know I can be. So I'd get to the new place and I'd get the coolest clothes. You know, I'd check it out. I'd get oh my God, in the 70s, we had the weirdest fucking fashions. We used to wear these Arctic coats. And it you know, with the hoods that come up and they come around your face like this and they got fur around them. We used to wear those and platform shoes and bell bottoms, which was quite the fashion statement, I have to tell you. That looked damn good. So I'd get all the cool clothes, you know, and I'd come up to the girl and I'd go, hey, what's up? I'm new here. And she'd go, are you talking to me? And I'd say, yes, my lady. Would you like to join me for a bit of tea and crumpets? And I'd be right back where I started. Fucking nerd. Yeah. I flew under the radar, though. I never got into fights. You know, I got really good at avoiding fights, you know. The only time, my first fight, just to give you an idea, because I want to give you an idea of what kind of a pussy I am, okay? My first fight was with a girl. Yeah, that's right, a girl, 8 years old. This little girl used to come up to me, and she came up, and she's pushing me, and she'd go, hey, you know, like bugging me for days, you know? And so one day she punches me in the mouth. And it was just like a reflex. I just went, boom, and I punched her in the mouth, and her gum flew out of her mouth, and she went, you knocked out my tooth. And then I learned a few weeks later that she was flirting. The whole time she was just flirting because, you know, she showed me her vagina. And it was, you know, it was that's right, you know, so I knew at that point. It was only a couple of weeks after she beat me. So I guess we got the, you know, the domestic violence out of the way before the relationship started, you know. Yeah. So second fight was I moved to a cow town where they actually had the saddle club and they had a rodeo ground in the town. So they had rodeos and there's all these good boys. And I came up there and I was a hippie. So at that point I had hair, lots of hair. I had it down to like here. And moved to this place where everybody wore cowboy hats and belt buckles, and the little shirts with the little weird pockets and stuff, and they'd walk around, they'd chew tobacco. I mean, it went that far. In high school, there were kids who were dressed like this. So I moved to this place, and the first dance I went to, the guy comes up to me and he goes, "I have to kick your ass to prove to everyone in town that I can kick your ass." And so I did what any normal pussy would do. I said, "You can kick my ass." And he said, "Well, I won't kick your ass if you tell my brother that I can kick your ass." So I walked over to his brother and I said, "Your brother can kick my ass." And he said, "Yeah, I know." And he was laughing. And he kicked my ass anyway. He did it anyway. But it was my first acting job. It was a good acting job. Because we went out in front, and there's a big ring of people around me, and he punched me in the mouth, and I dropped to the ground, and I laid there like I was unconscious. Yeah, that's right. And my payment was I didn't get my ass kicked. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aaron McIntyre. I have a class here Tuesday night, 7 p.m. I do have to make one thing here. Okay, for all the comedians out there, why the hell aren't you here? Why aren't you here? Everybody keeps talking about, oh, they're going to steal my jokes. Well, if you come here, you'll have it recorded, and you can actually go to a court of law and say, that person stole my joke. Right? And not only that, you get your demo. It's like there are people in this room, I know, who have actually gotten jobs at professional comedy clubs because they took the clips that they got here at the LA School of Comedy and they gave them to producers and they got jobs. So quit being a bunch of pussies. And with that, I will bring up our comedy concierge, who actually has one. I was going to ask something about your bald head. Was it this bald? Were you this bald? Almost, really? Yeah, it's really shy. Anyway, Samantha Lenderman, ladies and gentlemen.
Aaron McIntyre, everybody, keep it going. Bringing back the P word. It never went anywhere, but I don't know. I feel like men say it more than women. I can't. It's like it just feel like, meow. Like it's just like, I don't know. I'll say my puth, or nobody does that. You say like with a little lit, like or a little like Spanish like puth, my puth, or my punani. So many good ones. So many I learned from Jersey Shore. Oh my God, they had so many words for it. And no Jersey Shore fans? I feel like a lot of people here like were in like Jersey Shore. Like no, I know it really probably made a crazy look for Jersey, but it also has never made me want to go to a place more. Like I know like I'm watching it as a kid. Like please, like dude, when that guy talk about hitting a girl, when that guy punched Snooki in the face, the world stopped. He lost his job. I really, but then the girl who stalked Pauly D on the boardwalk, stalked my life, you stalked my life on the boardwalk. She had to leave the country. She was being it was crazy, guys. It's crazy. You never know what's going to happen. But I know that whenever this girl's here, something great is happening. Put your hands together for the fabulous, the wonderful, one and only V, everybody! Woo!
Keep it going for the girl who says puth. Girl, once you get your puth rocked hard and long enough, you'll be able to add that SSY. For real, though. And I'ma see you on that day. You'll come up to me, SSY, bitch, SSY. And Mark, I am so proud of your positivity and your mind changing your body. I love that you tell yourself and believe that you are skinny and thin. But can you convince that knee? Yay for Ozempic. And yes, party people, I'm V. Everybody say, what's up, V? Working on my clean set today. I'm with the AARP sets. Woo. Got my part down the middle, slipped back, looking like a little teenager today. Loving it. But for my 58th birthday, I got the best present I ever could have bought myself. Girl. Happy birthday to me. Terry Crews has nothing on me. I can't wait to meet him and have a boo bouncing battle, baby. Come on, Terry, bring it on. Woo, I got something to prove. I guess you guys could tell I grew up the small-chested woman in a family of large-chested women. By the time I became endowed, theirs were all shriveled up. Okay, I could tell you probably think well, clap it up if you think I'm a cougar. Well, sorry to disappoint. I'm not a cougar. I'm not. I do like them young dudes, though. And they like me. And who am I to disappoint, you know? Because black don't crack, baby. Black don't crack unless you smoke it. Then it crumbles all the way down to the gums. The teeth just no, but them young dudes, they treat me good. They take me out. They have me glowing. And I see they be like, is she my mama's age? Or my grandmama's age? Woo, y'all, it don't matter. Don't hate the player, hate that game. Because I be playing it. I love it. But I like them old dudes too. Yes, we are an equal opportunity dater, baby. Yes, and if you happen to know some older gentlemen, tell them about me and hook a sister up. Just seriously, just tell them, make sure they bring their hearing aid. Because I have wonderful, good, juicy things. I'm going to be whispering. And they need to hear it. I'm going to be like, oh, baby. You got that prostate appointment at 9 a.m. And them old dudes don't have to worry about me sweating them if they don't perform during that special moment. I'm not that chick. You know why? Because I love a good night's sleep. Yes, because there's always second tries in the morning. The sun'll come out tomorrow. But you gotta hang on till tomorrow. There'll be wood, wood, wood. Can you tell I love me some morning wood? It's so good. And it's good for you. You know, morning wood is organic and pesticide free. And it energizes. I assembled an entire IKEA bedroom set after a nice shot of morning wood. That I did. Are there any parents in the house? Any parents? Yeah. Awesome. Everybody else, clap it up for the parents. Because I know the rest of y'all just ain't claiming them. I eventually claimed two. Yeah. I have two grown sons, tall, handsome. I love them. And my youngest is on the spectrum. He's nonverbal. Yeah, they call it a neuromotor disorder. I consider it more of a neuro make other mother suckers do all the crap I don't want to do disorder. And I'm that mother doing all the crap. And it is certainly and definitely and absolutely a disorder. Yeah, but when my son was little, he had this cute little jump where he put his ankles together and flap his hands. He looked like a skinny kangaroo with tiny pterodactyl wings. We were leaving church one Sunday, and he was doing his jump and flap, boing, 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 across the beautiful Kelly Green lawn. And everybody knew him. And then he stopped mid-boing. So I got concerned because he was sad. So I looked where he was looking, and this baby girl was crying. She was on her mother's hip, and her diaper was huge. So we parents know why she was crying. Anyway, her mother was yap, 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 yapping, ignoring her child. Then the baby screamed and wailed, and before I knew it, my son zoomed across the lawn and slapped that lady. And the baby stopped crying. I believe he was being used by the Lord. You know why? Because they did not press charges. He was being used by the Lord. Because if he wasn't, 5 minutes later, we would have heard, woo, woo, woo. They would have taken him. They would have taken me and his brother and the Mexican family standing right over there. That's the kind of Sunday it would have been, all because my little nonverbal son finally found something that he wanted to do. Slap a white lady at church. Mother of a black son. Oh, you guys, it really happened. Yes, and it was so crazy. I want to get back to something joyful, like the best birthday present ever. You know, for real, I love them. I do. But I'm still paying interest on these girls. Man, and I got behind in my payments. Now I'm ducking, dodging booby repo. Girl, and it be my luck, I paid just enough and they repossessed just one booby. But you know I'm crazy enough. I'll be working at one booby. Come on, one booby! Get it, one booby! But seriously, I am afraid of the booby repo man. So I know there's at least 2 homeowners in here. Can I park them in your garage? Thank you very much. I've been Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you can follow me at VVV Comedy and keep your round of applause going for the beautiful, sexy, even bald, because you know balds have more fun. Sam Linderman, everybody. I love you, girl.
Keep it going for V, everybody. Keep it going for V. V is truly like, so I'm going to be very quick. When I first came here, I watched her and I was like, it felt like I was watching a movie. You know, like seriously, like to be like 19, like so scared to go up there and like see you go out, like never be afraid to make everybody laugh, like always keep everybody in the room. It's very beautiful. I always love to see you. So one more time for V. And the rest of the show, spoiler alert, is all femme fatales. So this next lady gives me that same feeling every time she walks in the room. You guys are ready, maybe not ready, who knows, for the powerhouse, the talent, the femme fatale of Shamaya Bing! You look so good.
Thank you. Yes. Give it up for yourselves, everybody. That's right. Thanks for coming out. And thanks for coming to share your light with us, everybody. Yes. We have a lot of women in the house, so give it up for all the ladies. Yes. And the men. That's right. Got it. We need that masculine energy up in here. That's right. I call this showtime, baby. Showtime, all right? This is showtime. This is just not LA Comedy School. This is showtime, baby. And I don't come to play. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shumaya Bang Weinstein. No relation to Harvey Weinstein. That's right, baby. It's all about the bang thing. And that's from Bangladesh, as you can tell by my jhumka. Jhumka girare. Oh, and there goes the jhumka. Here, that's for you. Hey, yeah. Thank you. I loved your whole skit. It was really like, I felt like I was in like, they have the Truman Show. It should be the V Show. Like, I felt like I was living in your movie. Yeah, I was really living it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I moved out here from New York City. That's right. I'm representing New York City. But now I'm a hardcore California resident. Yes, and I live in the slums of Beverly Hills. That's right. I thought I was moving up, but I did. It kind of is, but you know, when I see all the rich people, I'm like, damn, I got to work really, really hard. Really hard. And speaking of working, that's why we're here. We're here to work this mic, work this stage. Yes. And, you know, I decided that I'm going to do comedy. I've been doing comedy for over 3 years. I'm really lucky to have this stage as a platform, especially right after the pandemic. I feel like, you know, comedy is a way for us to voice our opinion, especially me, coming from Bangladesh. I didn't have a voice. Like, it was like I grew up very underprivileged. Like, I lived in Iraq, literally. Like, I didn't even know who the Beatles was. My husband's like, you don't know the Beatles? I was like, no, but I know 50 Cent. Hey, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Yeah, so, you know, speaking of Bangladesh, like, I have 2 master's degree. Yeah, thank you. So I want to represent the educated comedians out there. You got the trailer park trash. You got all kinds of different comedians. So I'm representing the educated brown, black, Spanish, immigrants, illegal, everybody. Especially me, because I was illegal immigrant back in the days. But they didn't have ICE back then. So, yeah, so, you know, I grew up with actually a student visa. I attended, like, I went to school. I really did, because growing up, you know, education was something that was very privileged, especially coming from being like, I had to leave Iran to Bangladesh, then to New York. So my family moved around a lot. So when I had the chance to go to school, I really took advantage. And I went to public school. You know, now that I converted and I'm Jewish and I hear these jokes, they're like, oh, you're in Beverly Hills. You should send your kid to public school. I said, yeah, but I want my kid growing up Jewish. Like, you know, I went to public school. Now I love me a Jewish man. Maybe they should have sent me to a Muslim school. Yes, or you know, I was in love with the Catholics too. So that was the wrong move, parents. That was the wrong move. So back to that, like now, you know, I tell people I'm thinking about getting a master's degree, well, PhD or a law degree. And, you know, I'm like, I don't know if that's what I want to do, because this, you know, I fought fighting like the education system. It's like living in a box. If you think outside the box, you know, you're going against the odds. And I feel as comedians, we go outside the box. And I love it because I get to say what I want, be what I want, make my own definition of comedy. Like, who are you to define it? You come here and bring your ass and do what I do and then tell me I can't do this. Anyways, so when my parents are sitting at the table with the aunties, and they're like, so, tumar bacha ki kare? What is your daughter doing? What is she going to school for? My mom's like, yeah, she got 2 master's degree, and she's a comedian. They laugh like, does she actually make a living? And my mom's like, well, at least she makes people have a good day at the end of the day. You know? Unlike your daughter and your kids out there hustling and doing whatever what they do. That's right. So my mom, she really supports me, and I really love that about my mom. And I'm glad, you know, Sam was talking about moms. I feel like moms are the root of, like, our struggle. I think when my mom was pregnant with me, I was making jokes then. You know what the jokes was? Mom, don't abort me! Don't abort me! I promise you! I got you when I get out! I'm gonna kill that man! So, yeah, speaking of killing, I'm married. And I done told my father I'm gonna kill him. And I done told my husband a few times I'm gonna kill him. And I accidentally told a friend who's a friend of a friend, and my husband's ex-friend. So I said, I'm gonna kill him. She said, she writes me a message, and she's like, da, 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 da. And I said, well, listen, you really must have never been married. Because anybody who's been married, they have told their husband or their wives, they are going to kill them. And I told her, these days, I feel like the side chick. I don't know if I want to kill him. I just want him out. Go find you the main wife. I don't want to be the wife. Just go. Just go. Let me be the side bitch. Yeah, so, yeah, marriage has its struggle. But back to being educated, like, it has its challenges. Because, you know, some people call me, like, I get typecasted as a gold digger. Some people call me an overachiever. So I get from both spectrum, you know? Like, I guess I'm on the spectrum, too, when it comes to that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm, yeah. So I get the stereotypes quite a lot. Yeah, so anyways, so, you know, this was coming from my lawyer. She was like, you should really, really, like, think about it. And now my lawyer, you're wondering, why do you have a lawyer? Moving out to LA really made me become homeless. It took me to come to LA to become homeless. It's pretty serious. Like, and I have a 3-year-old and a husband, and that's really tough. So I told my husband, you know, I got you. Let's do this. We're going to ride this out together. We're going to figure this out. Let me contact my city. Let me see what kind of support we have. You know, I would never think that after all the strike, the streaming, the AI, all this drama going on, there's a lot of people struggling in Hollywood. That's why I'm here right now. Because if I was not, I would be on my bag shopping at Chanel and not at Ross, bitch. Not at Ross. Exactly, with the homeless people. Like, speaking of, yeah, I'm at Ross the other day in the back of, you know, my trunk, putting my shit away. The girl comes over. Like, you know, in New York, I'd be fighting for a parking spot, right? Out here, it'd be a spot on the sidewalk. Talk about, you got a bus down? I'm like, no, bitch, keep it moving. Like, it's my spot, move. You know, you think you got a spot on the sidewalk next to Hollywood movie stars? They just look down at you like, keep it moving. They don't even give you $1. Imagine? Sucks. Anyways, so let me see. Let me give you some new jokes I have. All right, so I'd like to try something new. If you guys would like to hear my skit. Here we go. All right, so it goes like this. Ayo, tumika, tuikas amike, beta amike, shunos na ami shamaya, bang, bang, bang. I went from spitting, rapping 18 bars to comedy with the stars. Hey! That's right. I went from the spotlight to the comedy to the mic, and I am hitting punchlines and messing up some few jawlines like Sean, what's his name? Anthony Johnson. I'm busting them jawlines. Ah. That's right, baby. That's my moment. I'm Shamaya Bang Weinstein. You can find me on TikTok, ShumayABang. Thank you so much. And Sundar, we miss you. I miss you very much. Get better. And bringing up the most beautiful Sam. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Shamaya, everybody. That was beautiful. I wish I saw you at Ross. This next comic, who is in fact our headliner tonight, you guys are in for a very special treat with my dear friend, the girl who makes it all happen. Keep it going. Put your hands together for Jen, everybody! Divine!
Dude, something's in the air. Like maybe I'm psychic or something because I definitely said today, I'm like, if it's a dead crowd, we're going to have a freestyle. And look at you freestyling up here. All right, ready? Boom, boom, boom. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. No, honestly, I felt like everybody said today, I was like, yeah, I can relate to like at least one thing in there. V, I can relate to you, love, because I'm going 5 months, I think like almost 6 now, single. Yeah. I'm at that point where my vibrator's running away from me. She's scared. Like she hates to see me come back from a night out. Like she likes to hide. I'm like, babe, like, let's get it going. I don't care if it's dead. We'll figure it out. And so yeah, I'm getting to that point. And you know, this is how I'm gonna phrase it. I've been broadening my horizons. What does that mean? Like I'm entertaining the guys right now, you know? And I'm like, context, I can't even talk. I mainly date women. So, you know, I have this joke with my friends, and I'll say I'm DL, and they'll be like, girl, the closet is glass. And I'm like, and then they'll be like, you're bi. And I'm like, I'm not bi. But I don't know. I think I'm taking the bit like very serious, the DL bit. Like I've been committing lately. So that whole morning wood, I've been waking up like shooby up, cause girl, like it's been a fun time. Can't lie. Like I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So guys, catch me when you can. Anyways, so you know, being single and like when you start dating, like at least for me, like I still have to keep my hobbies in check, because if not, like the cat gets distracted. She wants to be fed every day. And it's like, girl, like, remember your hobbies, remember your schedule, like, remember what you do. A big thing that I used to do a lot was read books. I loved to read books as a kid. I just have a lot of memories. Like, as a kid, I just grew up, like, playing outside. Like, we still had the computer, we still have phones, but I love to play outside, and I love to go to the library. And so last year, one of my New Year's resolutions was to read. And I read, like, about 20 books last year. Yeah, thank you. Give it up. And so imagine my surprise when now I'm reading tweets and seeing articles saying, like, to be a reader is to be, like, rebellious, to be, like, it's revolutionary to read. I'm like, whoa, gas my head up even more, because I used to be posting my little book quotes, like I'm actually reading, but, like, I know, like, this is going to look really cool to you guys. Like, so now you're telling me books are revolutionary? Like, I'm up there. No, but honestly, it makes me just, like, I love to push the books. Like, literacy is at an all-time low. They want us to use chat GBT for everything. One of my kids asked me for help with homework today. Context, I am a teacher, not a mother. So she asked me for help. I'm like, yeah, girl, let's do it. I'm like, dang, I'm like really struggling with this math problem, because it wasn't like, oh, A plus B. No, it was like Tim is running around this way for the table and Jim is running the opposite direction. How many seats are in the circle table? What? I'm like, hold on, girl. It's been a minute. So I'm looking it up. She's like, are you using chat? No, babe. You're dealing with an OG cheater. We're about to check all the sites. Like, I got it. Like, I really wanted to prove to her, like, I could do it. Long story short, she did finish her homework, but that problem she's going to do with mom. I'm not a mom. There's some things moms will help with, and that's just one of them. So, you know, I'm really committed to the book thing, the literacy thing, because you know, a lot of people, they just will go through life just on autopilot. They don't know what a word means, then they'll just keep it pushing. There's so many people today, 2026, that thinks converse is a real word. We just conversed about it last night. Why can't we conversate about it? That is not a real word. Not a real word, babe. Look it up in the dictionary. It's not a real word. Conversating? No, like, come on. Conversate, yes. Converse, not a real word, babe. But at the same time, it's also to keep me sharp, because there are a couple of words right now that if you were like gun to your head, spell Caesar as in Caesar salad, I'm going to stutter. I might spell Caesar, my cousin Caesar. Like, and then something about Caesar salad, like Caesar makes me want to put a U in there for some reason. I don't know. Receive, that shit confuses me sometimes, because I know I before E, except after C. But I just smoke too much weed. Like, so this is like my balance. Like, I love to read because I I forget a lot of shit on the day to day. Like, there's been times I'm like, damn, what did I do today? Let me see if I took any pictures that day. I don't remember. I love to read books. I really do love to read books. And this all just stemmed, this little bit, just stemmed from outside. We stepped outside real quick momentarily for some air. And I saw a community library literally right down the street. So if you guys want a book, like, I don't know, pick one up. But yeah, you guys just commit to reading. I really love to read. I love the public library. This is not even a bit anymore. I love the public library. You need anything, go to the public library, especially the one in downtown LA. Now I'm about to promote. They have studio space there where you can do photo shoots. You can rent this out. You just have to have your library card and set up a time and day. They have sewing machines there, LinkedIn learning courses. I just love like we need to keep funding the library, defund AI, and fund the libraries more because they want us to be illiterate for a reason, guys. Half of the names Mark comes up here and says, I don't know. But guess what? I'm picking up political books because that's shit that I should know about, at least to a certain extent. That's all I really have for you today, guys. It was a really short set. My name's Jen. I go by Divine on Instagram. My ad name is @DivineWorld, DIVI, and EEWRLD. I always get out of breath at that point. I'm like, shit. And sometimes I get dyslexic. I'm like, wait, how do I spell my name? So again, I always want to put a U in there somewhere. Because maybe I'm thinking about you and me. Oh my God. Anyways, so we're going to bring up my bestie, the comedy concierge, the queen, the life and hope of LA School of Comedy when Sunda's not here, Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for Jen, everybody. And the library, and the books. And you made me laugh so hard when you said, you guys can do photo shoots at the library downtown. You can also do photo shoots right here at the LA School. Bring your library card. Who knows what can happen? Who knows what can happen? Bring your library card. Bring your friend. Bring your friend who always brings her boyfriend. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, bring anybody. Like, please. Somebody with a credit card or a library or a tap card, UT card, birthday card, cash or card. V card. Stop. Okay. So it's been a beautiful night. You know where to find us. www.laschoolofcomedy.com. We're on Instagram. Check us out. Jen does not promote herself enough. What Jen can do for you is meet with you if you have not started your social media and you're like, I don't know, how do you meet with a social media manager when you don't have social media? Do you know what I mean? Like, so she can help you from the beginning. She can help you if you already have a following and you're looking to do something different. Check out her personal account. She just said it, Divine World 2Es. I'm at Sam like TBH. I have to change it because it makes me sound really scary. But anyways, love you guys so much. Sunda, we do miss you and love you. And Sunda's going to New York soon. So guys, NYLA, we're out there. And Westwood we're going to be doing comedy night soon. And we love you and good night. Goodbye.